In today's Rewire vlog, we want to talk about restoration. The reason why we came up with this topic is because one of our members sent us an email and she had asked us if we can add some more stretching and mobility work to our content because she was dealing with a lot of muscle soreness. So first of all, if you're getting some muscle soreness from our workouts, that is awesome. That means the workouts are doing their job and they're working. So soreness is a good sign of it working. But the reason why we want to talk about restoration and recovery is it is one of our pillars of health that we talk about a lot. And stretching is a fantastic way to fight soreness and to work on restoration and recovery. But if you notice, we have a priority list written out here. Active recovery is actually third on the list. So we want to talk a little bit about the whole aspect of recovery. The top priority with restoration and recovery is actually sleep. So while you're sleeping, that is the prime time for your body to heal itself, to kind of reset, to take care of a lot of the stressors that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So if you're not getting 8 or more hours of sleep a day and you're dealing with a lot of soreness, that would be my first step to recommend for people. Try getting more sleep, work on your sleep quality. We can have an entire vlog on sleep alone, and maybe in the future we will go down that road. But the importance of sleep, in our opinion, is top priority when it comes time to restoration. The second priority would be our nutrition. So when it comes time to nutrition, one of the things that we talk about is avoiding the inflammatory foods. So things like refined sugars, grains, things like dairy for most people, or some people at least, cause some inflammatory responses in our body's inside, in our GI tract, our ability to digest food. So that's adding stress to our bodies. It's not taking away stress. So by getting proper nutrition, eating real foods, we use the word paleo a lot around here. So things like meats, vegetables, nuts and seeds, a little bit of starch, fruits, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of nuts and seeds. If you follow that prototype, you're gonna avoid that inflammatory stress for most people, for many people, and that's gonna also promote your recovery quite a lot. The other thing to think about with nutrition, one of the things that I've noticed is if I was having a lot of muscle soreness and if I found it was lingering a lot, I up my protein. So by upping your protein consumption, you might notice that muscle soreness tends to go away a lot better. So that's definitely something that you want to try as well. And finally, we will talk about that active recovery. So things like stretching are really good. If you want to take a yoga class or something, which also works with the breathing and meditation aspects and benefits of restoration and recovery, those are all very good things. When it comes time to stretching, a couple of our members have actually asked us if we can include a little bit more stretching, or if we can create maybe like a live session or more vlogs about different types of mobility and potentially seminars with mobility. All that stuff is on the table. Keep your feedback coming. If we get more requests with that, we will definitely explore those opportunities. However, my first advice would be that in our afterburner segment, we do every second day, we do some type of stretching. Just because we're only doing it every second day doesn't mean it's something that you should only be doing every second day. Stretching is something that is fantastic, particularly for people who have a lot of muscle tightness or you have a lack of range of motion in a certain movement. So for example, if you have a hard time in your overhead squat position with your shoulders and upper back mobility, any of the afterburner stretches that we do that work on that upper body mobility, and you'll probably be able to identify which ones they are because they'll be the toughest ones for you, the ones that you enjoy the least. Those are the kinds of stretches that you can do on a daily basis. It doesn't hurt to do that, especially if you need it. If you already have the mobility, if overhead squatting is not a problem for you and that, then I wouldn't go and spend a ton of time working on additional mobility or stretching to work on that, because you don't really need it. You have a good functional range of motion. Working on it once in a while would be good enough. So as far as the extra mobility training goes, it's great for people who need it, who already don't have the greatest range of motion. For people that already have that, it's not as critical to work on. With active recovery here, guys, a couple more options we have. Any low impact movement is going to promote blood flow, which is going to reduce stress and work wonders on your ability to restore and recover. So some examples of that might be like an easy pace walk or a hike. If you have a rower or a bike, you can jump on that. Things like swimming, although it might still be a little bit too cold here in Canada for that. But moving through just a nice easy tempo. You don't want it to be hard work. So whatever active recovery you're doing, you don't want to go at that intense, you don't want to go into that intense place, or you don't want to work too hard on those types of things. Finally here, guys, you can sleep well, you can have great nutrition, and you can even do active recovery on those rest days. However, if you don't have a good stress management tool or some stress management tools in your life, you're already going to be blocking your ability to restore and recover. So when it comes time to stress management, in brackets here we put the words mindset. So we've been talking about mindset training quite a lot in these vlogs. Things like meditating, things like practicing gratitude, doing acts of kindness towards other people are all good examples of that. We want you guys to make sure that you are in a good place, working on seeing things from a positive light, turning obstacles into opportunities, that type of thing. When it comes time to that mindset training, I know a lot of you guys are cooped up at home right now. Getting outside and going for a walk is a fantastic way for active recovery and to lighten up that mindset. Get yourself seeing different things, get some fresh air in you, and just get a change of scenery. That could work lots of wonders for you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you learned a thing or two about your restoration and ability to recover. If you guys have any more questions, keep them coming, as we're going to keep releasing these vlogs to answer your questions.